Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Map number 2 is upon us in just a minute. It's going to be Train, mousesports versus Big. We saw an overtime of many overtimes. Many rounds were played, and finally we saw it closed out by mousesports. How do you think this one's going?
Honestly, it's so even. We just saw that. It cannot get closer than this. Double overtime, or triple over to quarter, whatever. Yeah. But it's one of those matches that both of these teams seem so even. It's going to come down to how they're going to perform on Train, and it's just how familiar they are with the angles, with the rotates. Both these teams had really strong showings on CT side. As we saw, a super clean CT overtime half from mousesports. They actually went 3-0 there, and both teams as well having strong showings during regulation.
Well, I'm not going to cheat. I actually have a prediction. I feel like this one will go a little more in the favor of mousesports.
Okay.
Although, again, you know, who knows what will happen, but I feel like this will go a little more in favor of mousesports. Just off the back of one, this is a more successful map for mousesports Train. This obviously Big do like Cobble. It's up there with maps like Inferno that they really like to play. Whereas Train is a map that Big don't necessarily dislike, but it's not one of their top 3. And whereas for mousesports, it's one that they like a little bit more. So, and not only off the back of that, but also off the back of them picking up the previous map, they're going to have confidence going into this one, etc. They've currently got a 60% win rate moving on to Train. So, yeah, I feel like mousesports is going to be a lot more favoured. Yeah,
not a lot, but
the odds
a little.
Agree. The odds agree. So
they do agree.
I'd say that's about right. You know, Big have definitely got a chance to take this map away. I wouldn't call it an upset by any means. These two teams are still very evenly matched, but going into the actual map, this should be in favour of mousesports.
Yeah, I mean, thanks to Betway for those odds.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's so hard to make a prediction. If anyone is better,
I will go with mousesports here.
Yeah.
I will go on a limb and say no. I mean, whoever goes right, okay, whatever. But I just observed what you did and emulated rather than copying. There's a difference.
Okay.
Emulation and
using the excuse. But yeah, I think it should be a fun match overall as well. Again, you know, we talk about these two teams, we look at the AWPing power on them. Obviously, on the side of mousesports, we've got Oscar, the primary AWP, Chris J, who used to primary AWP before Oscar, you know, back in 2016, who now picks it up as a secondary. He's a very prolific AWPer as well. I mean, he's mainly known back for, he used to be one of those guys alongside MBK, I guess, who had so much usage as a scout. He was so effective before the whole hitbox nerf and everything. So yeah, Chris J and Oscar on the AWP moving into this map is going to be great. That being said, Keeve, while he's inconsistent with the AWP, I feel like he's probably of the same level or close to the same level of Oscar when he's on form. He can perform really well. I don't think Big have as much advantage in the favour of having that double AWP setup. We occasionally see Legia pick it up as a secondary. I don't think he's quite on the level of Chris J. I still think he's effective, but I feel like in that inherent sense, mousesports are going to have somewhat of an advantage in being able to run the double AWP more effectively than that of Big. And again, mousesports being a team that we see occasionally, like I think you could argue with G2, for example, they like to pick up that double AWP on T side, especially on Train. Whereas other teams like Big, I'm not expecting to see any double AWPing T side. Gopi plays very, at least as a caller, plays very, under one system, and I don't think we're going to be seeing any kind of crazy double AWPing shenanigans going on with Legia and Key picking them up. That could be something again that could maybe favour mousesports. It all kind of it leads in. It could help them. It could also hinder them. It's so hard. Again, this game's so close. It's difficult to make a fair prediction. But we're going to be jumping in just a second. DE Train. And probably one of my favourite maps to cast as well.
Yeah. Well, on the flip side of having that double AWP setup, you have the economy rounds. These pistols playing up so close that you can do on Train is going to be really important for both of these teams. So maybe the lack of double AWP availability is going to be made up for being able to play up close. We'll have to wait and see. The pistol round now underway. mousesports taking on Big after their victory on Cobblestone here on Train in the second of these best of ones.
And lots of utility for Big. That's something very important to note. We're going to be seeing smoke thrown out towards the A site from God B here, but it's only a fake. 3 players towards the top of B upper, and Legia just holding on for those aggressive rotations from mousesports. Also going to be throwing out smoke in tow, so we have a smoke set up here, and that's perfect because mousesports might actually pre-rotate Rops off of the bomb site. He does. He falls back into the connector, but now they're going to burst out into B, and he's going to instantly jump back in. So he's committed to the B site now. Oscar's going to get flashed. He falls on back. Rops as well. Good flashbangs from Big. It gets them in the site, and they'll get the pick as well.
Fantastic shots from Tabson, managing to take down Oscar on the back of the site. Rop's taken down to 7 HP as well. Not too much damage done whatsoever by the CT side, and Big are just overwhelming mousesports right now. They have pushed on devastatingly. Only one frag going back, and Nex gets one of the kills, but there's Rop's chiming back in, finally able to pick himself up a frag, and it's just 3 players standing between him, but I think that's going to be more than enough. Tabson turns the corner, lands a one-tap, and that is going to be Big, putting that first pistol round on the board, showing they are not done just yet.
Yeah, but again, if we look back to Cobblestone, Big with a team to pick up that 9-1 advantage on the first half, only for it to end in a 9-6. And then for mousesports to bring it back in overtime number 2. They took their time, but they eventually pulled it back into a win, despite Big's early lead. And again, Big can't be too confident or too overconfident coming into this game, because there's always chances for that happening again. Double AK into this buy, triple UMP, and again, mousesports throwing over. This is all they do. They get the CZ, they get the Deagle, they throw over the scout to Chris J. It's what they do every single CT second round buy, apparently. And Nex already dropping the first player. Sunny's aggression punished, and Oscar looking to trade. The flashbang doesn't work, but he hits a shot regardless. However, Keeve is there to bail him out.
Why didn't he get the kill earlier? I thought, oh, there's a player in there. How can he push that far? Oh, I guess there's not a player. Oh, wait, there's Keeve. Able to get the refrag, but they do lose an AK in the process. Oh. And that's going to be Styko finding another one as well onto Keeve. And that means that they have rifles available. They're on the floor. And then they've spotted those players pushing up on upper towards B. Means that they can go and pick up those guns, try and go for that retake. But it looks like they're just going to go and try and help out that teammate. It's going to do pretty well as Legia actually gets taken down very low.
Yeah, setting up close. Nice flashbang as well. Blinds himself in the process, but he's just trying to move towards the oil train, reposition. They won't know where he is, but Styko still hits a headshot with the pistol. These CTs coming back in for the retake, and with a kit on Rops, this is totally doable. Goppy playing close, called out by the pistol again. Styko is having a disgusting round with the Molotov. They don't have a smoke for that. That's seriously going to delay them. But Rops still has time to get on that bomb. If he hurries up, he needs to move on close. Chris J dropped. Rops trying to jump on the bomb, fakes it out once, goes to the repeak as well, but Styko's holding from a range. Tabson hasn't been baited in, but he finally will. And Styko will finish him off. Rops getting that defuse. Disgusting round.
Oh. A little bit of a sound.
They defused the bomb in spawn.
That was a. Hey, that's pretty. Hey, we saw a defuse from around a wall before. Yeah, why not start defusing for spawn? I mean, why not? Yeah, it's all good.
It's like Nuke. Remember, if you think back to 1.6.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Defuse through the floor
with the 5-man boost.
Yeah, you could boost up from B to A. There was some famous match at some NA LAN that I saw. Oh,
those are the days. See. Those are the days.
They're really not.
No, they're not. So I first started playing actually in Source. I never played competitively. I was all about that prop hunt. That was my jam.
Good old bit of prop hunt.
Yeah.
Not the same on Go.
Exclamation mark whistle.
Not the same on Go. There's not as many props like lying around the map.
No.
Better on Source.
No physics props anyway.
Big though, pistols, and apparently a fast play onto the A site. Chris is going to be fully blinded, but it doesn't matter because they're running by him. He can strike. Styko again does get one, and Chris J falls off, but what's that? He only just grabs a kill. Dangerous, but he gets out of it alive, and Legia flanking in through the connect is going to be a nuisance, but they still have the man advantage.
Keeve pushing up from this Ivy position. There is a player to his right. Is he going to check the angle? Nope. But he is not going to pay the price. It's going to be able to pick that one up. Rops, though, is the spray down from heaven. Able to close it down, and now it's just Legia. Has got that P250, doesn't have the bomb in hand. Rops has the advantage in terms of the height, and having a teammate as well is pretty good, and Oscar's going to make sure that they are aware of that. Able to spray down with the UMP. 2-1 now, the scoreline. mousesports take an early lead. I say lead, I mean 2-1.
Yeah, that's a lead.
It's technically a lead, but I mean, it's still very, very close. Economy sat there for Big is going to be pretty low. CZ singular being brought up actually only on Nex. A Deagle as well being put in the hands of Keeve, and seeing if he can land any of those one taps, but it's not going to happen straight away. Rops playing up close with that MP9, trying to get the quick spray downs. The big players could be running right into it.
Yeah, they're about to set up for a full eco B rush versus the MP9. I gotta say, good luck. Rops.
GLHF.
Yeah. Rops equipped well, and support from Oscar as well. Lots of money to be made here from mousesports. About to break into the bank as we see these players about to burst. No utility as well, so Rops is going to have a field day. 2 kills, going in for more. There's a third. Split out through ramp, but it doesn't matter because, as we said, Oscar's there. Leaves just Kiev. Deagle in his hand. A gun that the Germans are known for, at least, but...
And the headshot, and you got a kill, but it's Rops to finish it out with a 4th kill on that MP9. So he is going to be swimming in cash. 7K on him. But actually, I think Oscar had much, much more. He was over 8K, almost 9K with that. Yeah, 9.1 would have been on the start for Oscar, and they are absolutely swimming in cash, but despite that, they're going to be at a weapon disadvantage here.
Yeah, keeping the bonus round in play. This makes sense again, but it is very risky on a map like Train where you want those AWPs in. I'd feel like you should upgrade the UMP on Oscar to an AWP, knowing that Big could have one. And then on the other players, you can keep maybe one MP9. It won't be too bad of a buy, but instead they go for the double bonus. And obviously the reason this works really well is if they win this round, and they actually win with the SMGs and they keep players alive, they can upgrade those SMGs to AKs for free, so they don't even have to spend money. But easier said than done. We're going to be seeing aggression from mousesports to try and concede this win for themselves as they push into main. Actually falling straight back out, leaving just Chris J in position. Sunny moving away and Godby already dead. Good start for mousesports.
They have traded it back though. Next finds one, Tabson with another. Jumping up onto the back of Train. Taken very, very low. Next finds his second as well. And now Kiev starts to push on from that CT position. The full flank has come through. He's going to be able to get up into heaven if he so chooses. Oscar though starting to push through from that Z connector, now on site by the bomb train. Kiev ready and waiting. Sees the edge of him, but Oscar sees it first. He's able to get the pick. And that is going to be Tabson having to trade it back. Now, it's just Rops. Has that MP9. Is it really worth saving when you've got so much money behind?
This is where you go for exit. So you either set up in a position where you can find a big, you find a gun off of one of the bodies of Big, or an M4 off of mousesports, or you just sit in a position like A-Main, Ivy, or even Pop Dog in this scenario and try and catch out a rotator. He's aware that Big are going to be saving together though. That's the only difficulty. So right now, maybe just trying to farm up some money or save a gun. Doesn't know where Big are going to save exactly, so he moves up through Ivy as Big just sit in the site hunting for this final kill. Don't want to leave the bomb alone too far.
Obviously, Rops moving around like this does have the opportunity to potentially pick up a different rifle as well if he finds the body of one of his fallen teammates, or potentially one of the big players as well. 22 HP left alive. Is going to try and search for one of those guns. Doesn't manage to pick up anything. MP9 still in his hands. And it looks like we're going to get a pause. I imagine it's tactical from Mouse.
Yeah, right, working out what they want to buy and how they want to do this. They could just go for, double AWP. Oh, it's tech from Big. Okay, who knows?
So it was literally the opposite of what I said.
Both things wrong. It does make sense for mousesports to go to an attack there, but again, we've been seeing so many tacticals over in Cobble. These guys taking their time. So for a tech pause to come out, bit of a surprise, but I'm sure we'll be right back into the game in just a second. So yeah, mousesports have a lot of money in this round. They can go for that AWP, they can potentially pull in the double AWP. I think it'd be a risk this early on. I'd usually just go with a single and keep your money intact, and then if you really need to later in the game, you could go for a curveball, pull out the double AWP. But either way, yeah, they've got enough for a full buy. They should upgrade that MP9. Don't keep it in play. Just go for rifles. Go safe. It's only $3,000. It's not worth taking the risk of being down on an MP9 and left in a 1v1 clutch situation and not having the weapon to do it. So hopefully we'll see a good buyout from mousesports. We've been left in a very tense moment. None of us know what's happening. We don't have another monitor, so be interested to know what mousesports actually want to go for here. Big, obviously. Whether they go for the AWP, because they know mousesports have money, do they keep onto the AK? So many questions, John, so many questions.
Depends how they want to play the round. If they want to play close, if they want to play fast, they're going to keep on those AKs, right? If they want to try and get the pick, obviously go for the AWP. If potentially they're looking towards Ivy for a fast play, they could go for that AWP as well. Try and get that early peek through and try and put that pressure onto CT and flank onto the A site and really sort of just take that over. But we'll see how they do opt to adjust their economy towards this round, and it's really all, it is always all to play for, and once again these teams seem to be going back and forth, very, very close here on Train, just like in Cobble. Although it's not quite like Cobble, because obviously we saw a 9-1 scoreline at the start.
And then it ended in double overtime.
Yeah.
I hope it's not like Cobble. I hope we don't have a double overtime. I'll be perfectly honest.
We'll be casting until 1 at that point.
It'll probably just drive me crazy. It's not the time. I'm not doing.
We won't be casting Counter-Strike anymore. We'll be casting whatever we think is on the screen, because we'll be hallucinating at that point in the night. Because we started. When did we start? We started at 6.
I'm not going to complain about long day.
No, it's fine, but it's fun. But it's fun. Yeah, I mean, it is. We've seen plenty of Counter-Strike from both of these teams already.
Not enough. Not enough.
Not enough, always.
No, I want 4 at a time to this map.
Do you?
Yeah.
No, I didn't think so.
No.
This is far from the longest day I've casted.
Well, you've done a nice series, so
yeah, exactly.
For you.
Oh, yeah. I've done more than 1. I've done 2.
Why would you go back?
It's good fun. I really enjoy it. But yeah,
stick to good CS.
Nothing's more enjoyable than the ESL Pro League right here, right now. mousesports versus Big, 3-2 is the scoreline. Buys could go either way. See if they opt to stick on those AKs.
Let's try and work out the buy here.
Okay.
There's an AWP on the back, so I imagine mousesports are CT, so I imagine that's on Oscar. I don't see a double AWP. I see rifles. One player's on board up.
One player's looking about.
We've got the MP9 still, but maybe he hasn't invested because we've got players who haven't bought. So, I mean, he could keep the MP. I just wouldn't like to see it. I just like to see rifles into this round. Just play it safe.
Yeah, they have.
On a map like Train, where range is such an issue, why limit yourself? On a map like maybe, I don't know, like even Cobblestone.
Oh, there's a buy. Yeah, there's an M4 being bought up just there.
Even in a map like Cobblestone or just like a pug map like Cash or Mirage, you can play close and you can keep that MP9. But yeah, he's not going to upgrade it. I mean, the money's not as good as I thought. They still have money to fall back on. And yeah, actually not going for that upgrade means they can buy up next round if they lose this one. So it's not all bad. But let's see if that comes back to haunt him. Full AKs for Big. They don't choose to go for the AWP. So Oscar in a prime spot to shut down these Germans as they start to feed their way up towards B. 2 players here. 3 just holding the outside of the A site, setting up for this default, and already aggression. This MP9 up on A, as Chris J pushes close towards main. Next has been Molotov down, and mousesports looking to take control.
Trying to play aggressive close up with that MP9. It's exactly what you need to do. Oscar has that AWP to back him up. Trying to spot out any players, giving him jip along Ivy. They have already got a player all the way up the back there. Not too sure. That's Chris J. Yeah, so he has. Yeah, he's still pushed through. I thought he'd got all the way into the showers or something like that, but no, he's still underneath, just playing towards there. Could be facing off against Nex if he's not careful. Sunny there to back him up as well. T players just spreading out, trying to find a foothold somewhere. Big, looking for that opening again. Starting to fall back into those old ways that we saw on Cobble, starting to play very, very slowly, try to just gain information, burn utility. Seems to be working so far as mousesports only left with 3 flashes and an incendiary grenade to try and stop them, and that's the incendiary grenade gone. But it's 26 seconds.
It's not even Big burning utility, it's mousesports burning utility. Big aren't doing anything. Mousesports are just getting aggressive, and this is an issue because there's 20 seconds left, and only now do we see Big walking out. The MP9 has no effect, but the M4 needs to. As Stiko holding the bomb cross. That's a bomb drop. 12 seconds. They just need to stay alive, and he's done it. That should be the round. No way they can win this as Oscar jumps up with the AWP. Kiev attempts to plant in the smoke, but they all know exactly where he's going, and mousesports will shut him down. And to be honest, I would not read that the same way as you. I wouldn't say that's around where Big are doing well in terms of baiting utility. It's around where Big set up to go for an A main execute. Mousesports get aggressive, and mousesports just say no. We don't want you to take A main. We're just going to constantly re-smoke you out, re-molotov you, and not allow Big any control. If Big switched up and rushed B, that could have been a good change of pace, but instead they commit to A, and they had no time for the push.
Once more, Oscar has that AWP, and now 2 AKs on board as well for his teammates. One CZ being brought up again. Onto God B. 2 P250s, and they are looking to set up once more for this A main push. They don't have any utility to speak of, and it could be Sunny to take the first face. That nade is going to find a lot of damage. Oh, actually, not too much, but Sunny is able to get the kill onto the CZ holder. Kiev goes down as well. Ligia finally able to shut it down. Chris J, though, is anchoring the back of the site, and Styko chimes in as well. mousesports put 5 rounds up on the board, and now this is pretty much the opposite of what we saw at the start of Cobble. mousesports have started to open their lead.
Take into account this is CT trained, so they are going to be a bit of an advantage just inherently. Also on top of that, they've been doing a pretty good job of managing their economy. Obviously the MP9 was a risk, but it paid its price as they did pick up that round, and now they have full rifles. AWP still on Oscar and Big. They're limited to Khalil, no head armor on God B, plus no utility on him, only a double flash. So right now mousesports aren't doing too bad of a job at shutting out these Ts, but this time Big, they come knocking and they go in fast. First kill for Legia as he takes down Stiko towards the back of Ivy, and Chris J sandwiched within the site, trying to hold on, needs to just get one, and the fact that he does on 12 HP is impressive nonetheless. He doesn't do more, but it's Sunny on the site to actually wrap around and support, leaving just 2 Ts.
Chris J didn't manage to get the spray onto Tabson, but it does stop the plant. Did manage to find a little bit of damage. There's Nex finding the headshot onto Chris J. Tabson now moving around, just turns away at the wrong time. Should spot out the back of a player, lands the headshot with a nice flick. Did see him, but took him a while to react to the player actually being there. A minute still left on the clock, and Big very much have speeded up their play now.
Yeah, but as you say that, they suddenly grind it to a halt. CTs aren't convinced they're committing towards this side of the map. Oscar just sits over towards B.
They have the bomb, and they're on the bomb site.
Yeah, the reason they're not planting is they don't know where mousesports are. They're in no position to safe plant. If Tabson goes for a plant and mousesports have 2 players in Ivy, for example, they can go for a quick peek, kill Tabson while he's planting, and Next will suddenly be in a 1v2. But instead, mousesports aren't in the site. They were just playing the outside as we start to see Rops push up through Ivy and Oscar make his way off the back of B. Tabson committed to the bomb plant, and Big now getting into their post plants, but with no utility here for the T side and loads for the CTs. Mousesports are looking good. Rops just tagged up is going to make things a little more difficult, but Nex's crossfire with Tabson currently is looking great, but he's holding the wrong angle, and he's been spotted. They have mollies, they don't have to go for the fight, but why? They peek out anyway, and Nex takes them both. Big take a 2-on-4.
That is just, you know, you shouldn't be losing those trades, especially when you have an AWP facing off there and a rifle as well. You can get the AWP to peek, and if you miss the shot, go for the spray down, or even the other way around, but you should by no means be losing that peek. That double spray, they knew exactly where he was. They knew everything they needed to know. There was no way Nex should have got out of that alive, but he comes up, trumps with a double kill, and that puts a round on the scoreboards for Big, but Rops is a little bit angry about that one, taking Godbeat down right early on into the round through the smoke. Sunny again playing up towards Cabinet, and the rest of them just once more just grinding to a halt, trying to find an opening, which by all accounts probably won't be there if you wait too long.
Slowing down the pace though on the side of Big. Something very characteristic of them. As Chris J attempts to peek out with the AWP, Keeve is holding the wrong angle, needs to make a tremendous flick shot, but instead he falls back, setting up the smoke. And Big looking like they want to execute onto the A site, but from 3 different avenues with 4 players, that's going to mean trade potential isn't at an all-time high. It's going to be difficult for them to, you know, time this right so they all push out at the same time. We've got 2 coming main, 1 late pop dog, and 1 Ivy. Actually, the Ivy player, as I say that, drawing back. Keep going to go back towards the A main, but the smoke's already out. They need to commit with it. Miss spray from Sunny, a crucial miss as well, as now Big have worked their way outside of the A site. Tabson snuck through, but he's got the bomb, so he can't afford to be too aggressive. Needs to drop that off or swap that back to another player. Time again being the issue for Big.
Slowing it down has been detrimental to them in the past. The jump up, dropping the Molotov on towards the site, and that's the first frag. Sunny goes down, and he finds the second onto Chris. Oscar gets an AWP shot, follows it up with a second, pushing onto the site with a bomb. Is not going to work out when you've got a couple of rifles looking at you. Keeve able to trade it back, but trading it back is not enough when you don't have enough time to do anything with it. Keeve now has to fall back, save the AWP, and we saw earlier on, I mean, mousesports able to close out the round, but Sunny left a terrorist-shaped outline in the wall, missing all of that spray early on, and it could have just been that much less economic damage. Tabson there, look at this tap, finds the first shot, and he's so surprised. He keeps going for the spray because he doesn't think he's got it, but well, that's a brilliant shot coming from him.
Yeah, now Big in an awkward spot. They've obviously got Keeve with no loss bonus, and everyone else on just pistols as they buy up around this AWP. Can throw that over if he goes down, but we talked about this previously. We don't have a huge amount of AWPing prowess on Big. That's typically left down to Keeve or Legia as a secondary, but even then, they're not a team known for their double AWPing. Complete opposite of mousesports, who have pulled theirs in. Chris J and Oscar now in play. On towards the back of CT, that'll be Chris, and Oscar playing very close towards a pop dog position as well on the A side of things. That's a risky spot because he can't really take a pop shot and back off from that.
Looks like he's pushing up, but
I mean, he's got support. He's got Sunny here, so it makes sense. But he's got to be careful because he's the only guy watching main right now. And Keeve.
Did you spot that? Did you spot it, Keeve? Oscar playing close and Styko able to take down Kiev. Sunny finds it onto drop as well, as he finds a second, turns it around. Out of A main, you shall not proceed. Gob B finally finding a kill, picks up a UMP, tries to go for the spray, jumps back across now with the CZ, looking for those headshots, playing up against those close angles, just strafing out, and it's not going to be quite enough as Rops able to shut him down. And now mousesports take another round. 7-3 is the scoreline, and mousesports still looking really good on their CT side of train.
Yeah, now with that, Big are going to have to be throwing in the full eco. They haven't got any money to play with. Kiev has a little bit more, but he should be saving for that AWP, so I doubt to see a P250 up on him. Tactical pause on Big makes a lot of sense given the current state of their economy, as this is looking very good for mousesports. As I kind of expected going into this map, I thought this would be a little more favourable, and the CT side start has definitely helped out as well. Big not going to be too happy, as they've got to give up an 8th round here to the CT side before they eventually get back on the bye. So 8-3 just off the back, not the best for the Germans, but again, there's always opportunities. As long as they can get 4 or 5 rounds on this T side, that gives them enough to kind of go into that second half, and assuming they secure the pistol, which is something Big are usually pretty good at, this could go on to be a successful map for them. But again, mousesports are still leading, and Sunny is back on the MP9 to make some money.
Certainly turned out well for them earlier on, but we'll see if it works out equally well on this round. It will be against the unarmed opponents, so he's going to be looking for that fast spray down. Looks like they're going to be going rapid in towards that B bomb site. Rops will be the first to face. Sunny has all the information he needs now, just waiting for someone to show their feet before he starts to push up towards the enemy forces. Slowly gaining all that information, letting everyone know where the footsteps are, and Oscar able to pick off Kiev as he tries to go for the upper position. It's not going to go well. There is the flash, jumps out, fully flashed opponent, but has to drop down straight away. Obviously that ladder impeding his accuracy, not able to land the shots. That's Sticko. Could be looking to face off there on Ivy, able to get the shot off onto Tabson, starting to clean out these Glock holders. Not really too much to be surprised about. Rops finds one, turns around, finds a second, could be taken down, but no, 10 HP left, that's all you need, as he closes out with a third on the spray down. mousesports now 8-3.
Yeah, you can't expect too much from that round for Big. They really had no money into it. This is where we need to see them back into form. And this is where I want to see Sunny upgrade that MP9, but he commits with it again. Again, the economical bonus of actually getting a kill with that and upgrading to an AK is massive, but considering mousesports have such a tight grip on Big so far this map, there's just no pressure on him to play with an MP9. He can just play with an AK or an... Oh, sorry, an MP9.
Oh,
look at that push on Oscar. Lovely stuff. Fast spawn, gets into the pop dog, gets a pick onto Legia as he tries to take immediate control, and he will pay the price. Rops. Oh, no, that's a massive shot to miss. And with the back of that Big, they found a pick. They're just going to dive into the B site. Oscar, only man left to rotate in, but he's not going to be able to stop them. He takes one kill with him, but the bomb is down.
Tries to go for the second shot, but he's flashed out fully, and that's got B. Able to just shut it down. Chris J, meanwhile, does find the shot that he needs onto Tabson. 2 players left alive on Big. The bomb is planted, and this is next going to be facing off. Learns out where Sticko is, and is going to bring it back to 2 versus 2. Got B, able to push through, finds one onto Sunny, traded back by Chris J, now a 1 versus 1. The smoke is going to get dropped straight on top of that bomb, which means that he is going to be able to defuse no matter what. Even if there is a Molotov, it will not work. There's the knife, straight to the back. And Nex picks up a hefty payday there as Big put another round on the board.
Risky, that came close, but he gets away with it. I feel like if Chris J jumped on the bomb sooner, he might have even won that round, but it took his time to find out where it was. So yeah, Big pick it up. Great start from Oscar, but it won't convert into any kind of win, as now we see Big. 4 rounds on the T side. 5 would be, I think, enough at a bare minimum. But they've still got 1 more to find before that happens, as they gear up on the UMP, AWP on Kiev, and Oscar aggression with the Molotov. He won't choose to stay in it. Some players typically would go for that kind of fight, but he doesn't commit, and that makes sense. Doesn't want to lose too much health here, as he just falls back towards a B site, playing a little more passive on this upper position. Big Again, they don't even hold A-May control. Sunny has been in here time and time again. They've got Chris J for support as well, but this time Nex is at least pushed up to hold the angle. They won't molly him off. Instead, Sunny will peek him, and he actually baits him out with an arm, but he still goes down. Legia drops Chris J as well, finding himself out of the pop dog, and Big are just running rampant over this A-bomb site.
They had a brilliant execute there. For the first time, they actually put some aggression and well, some passive placement in towards A main, able to get the peek and get the trade, and then the player from Pop Dog knew exactly what was going on. They just pushed out straight away, managed to get that frag, and really just overran the bomb site from there. Pushed out the AWP shot, lovely, down the site. That's all you need. Cleared it out entirely. 5 players left alive versus 2. You know mousesports aren't going to go for that retake. You know they want to go. They're going to want to go back and save, and now Big do have that 5-round scoreline that you did talk about and said that's really where, at least where they want to be. Obviously, 8-7 is the best they can hope for right now. If they continue playing like that, I think they can get there.
Hey, 7 rounds would be a great T-side, and Big keep 5 alive as well, so that's really good for the money. If they lose the next, they're still going to be able to buy up off the back of it. Whereas mousesports on the opposite hand, they have plenty of cash, so... Or actually...
No, they don't.
No, not as much as I thought. I thought they saved a little bit more, but obviously Big won the previous round. I forgot about that. So actually their money is down.
The rifle is going to be able to be bought up by Oscar, so they still have that double AWP setup. 2 M4s as well being bought up, and I wouldn't be surprised at UMP being copped there as well. Very few helmets, 2 defuse kits, so they do have plenty going for them so far. Only 1 M4 on Big squad, so those helmets aren't going to have too much of an impact.
Oh, look at Keeve. He's so ballsy. He just walks out of the pop dog there and finds a kill. And mousesports not in a position to trade it. They just smoke it off. Instead, they get aggressive on other areas of the map to try and find picks to equalize this. And Chris J does exactly that. A drop onto Tabson's a massive kill. And mousesports now sitting pretty in a 4-on-3 as Keeve again goes back for more, drops Nex, 2 players down, and Sunny, he's going for more, fragging for Keeve, and he finds him. The AWP dropped and retrieved from Legia as he attempts to move himself out onto this A-bomb site.
2 players now left alive for Big. Oscar trying to find the face, but Rops is on the sidelines, and he lands 2 headshots to take 2 heads off the Big squad, and that is going to be mousesports putting 9-5 up on the board.
Yeah, but again, with Big saving 5 players in the previous round, we did say if they lost this one, then they'd still be able to buy up, and that is ringing ever true. AWP back in the hands of Keeve, and yeah, pretty good buy, all things considered. No utility on God B, but everyone else has a full set almost, so it's okay, it's okay. Big can make it, make work with it, sorry. The double up is kept in here for mousesports. Big already looking to switch up the pace. God B fast into the pop dog again. This time Oscar's not going to be contesting it. He's playing it a little more passive towards the connector.
Trying to gain their feet into Pop Dog, but they did just get backed off by the smoke there. But this is some fast aggression onto B. It's going to be Rops to try and take the frags, but he's shimmied away. He did take a little bit of flak damage to the shoulder. His next pushes straight up and takes him straight down, and that is going to be turning the corner. Keeve actually gets that frag all the way from the ramp, pushes onto site finally. Next, trying to take face, but Oscar, meanwhile, is wreaking havoc from the back lines. Finds a second as well. Devastating on that AWP as ever. Finds a third to boot, and it's now 2 versus 2. Oscar with a blinder on the AWP so far, looking to pick it out for a 4th kill. Diffuse kit is there, but that's the flank. God B finds himself a kill. Now it's just Oscar. Looks for a 3rd. There it is, the 4th. Can he find the 5th? Oh! That's an ace! Will he be able to get the defuse? I don't think he has time. No time. He doesn't have a kit. He's going to lose that AWP, but that is a hell of a round for the mousesports AWPer. 5 kills on the board to end the half. What a way to end, eh?
Yeah, ridiculous round, but we're going to be going for a really short break. We will talk about that round in just a second. Be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Map number 2, second half. mousesports in the lead currently with a 9-6 in their favour as they look to 2-0 this series. Big, on the other hand, fighting up against a defeat. They've got a kit on God B, armour on everyone else, and mousesports walking into the B site to kick things off.
Crouch walking around. And that group of terrorists, up to no good, trying to plant the bomb. Looks like their aggression is towards the B bomb site, placing themselves ready and waiting to go in. Going to be Tabson close up with the USP. Could prove fatal if he finds a couple of T's around the corner, but he is going to push up. Rops is going to take the first kill, but Tabson is playing up high, lands the second tap onto Chris J now as he is going to push along. He's spotted out the bomb, and there's Rops trying to find the frag, and he is able to land the headshot. Picks up the bomb finally. Sunny, meanwhile, holding down the B bomb site, purchasing themselves a lot of time, finding 2 kills as well, and now it's just Legia has left alive. Rops on the site. Legia looking for the long-range taps. That's what he needs to be able to get, especially against those Glocks. We have got Sunny on that USP, but as Rops to find the final kill. mousesports take the pistol.
Great round there for the T side to kick things off, and Big now not going to be favoured at all. But again, we had a similar story in Cobblestone, right? We had the complete opposite, in fact. Big kind of lead the first half, ended 9-6. Pissed around for Big, and then mousesports picked up the 4. So let's see what Big can do here with the pistols and the scout. If they can pick this up, then again, I'm expecting double overtime. That's the way it works, apparently. But no, mousesports, I'm not worried. They've got a lot of rifles, 4 in fact, and 1 UMP, looking to just charge out onto the A-bomb site. Don't want these pistols to upset them, and a great start for Rops, tapping onto God B.
Pushing on, continuing the flurry. Sunny able to pick up the next headshot onto next, but there's Legia. Has the scout in tow. Styko, though, it's not done. And that's going to be 2 players now left alive for the big squad. Legia trying to anchor this A-bomb site, spots a player on top of the trains, takes him down very low, finds the second shot as well to clean it out. Legia trying to go for that repeat, but it's not going to go well for him. Kiev now on the bomb train, looking for the headshots, but Chris J sprays him down. And that is going to be another round going over to mousesports. Big cannot emulate their opponents.
Yeah, and with that comes worrying territory now of mousesports being closer and closer to closing out this map. Big not able to put up the numbers early on into the half, are going to have to fall back on their buy round next round. So now mousesports are looking to make this one good. 12-6 is very, very likely now with a couple of MAC-10s board up. They're looking to farm some money. Fast down on towards the A site. Sunny is just going to be diving on through, and Rob's supporting him as well. Sunny, okay buddy. Well, we saw him miss earlier with the M4 sprays. Apparently not very good at spraying with any gun now as Ropsa comes in for support. It's going to be Oscar going down, but that should be the only casualty of this round here in mousesports.
Rops showing him how it's done with the sprays. Able to close out enough kills to bring mousesports now 12-6 versus Big. Now the AWP being picked up for Kiev signals. The first rifle round coming through. Big are going to spend all their money. Spend all their pocket money, their hard-earned cash. Been washing some cars and now they're ready to spend it on an AWP. 12 rounds, though, is a fearsome number to be faced against, even if you do have an AWP. Pushing it on in. Oscar looking for the face down. Ivy taking the angle very, very close. Trying to spot out the enemy CT, holding it, but is instead going to start to push along. Look to your right, my friend. There's some aggression, and it's going to force you to fall back. Kiev now holding down the A site. The bomb dropped back towards that T-spawn position, so they haven't chosen where they're going to go yet. Rops waiting to go down Pop Dog, ready to launch their attack. It looks like they do want to go for this A bomb site. They have got the positions to go both Ivy and Pop Dog, potentially even pushing the bomb carrier through A main. Just taking it slow, setting it up. Once again, the first 30 seconds, completely dead.
As it was on Cobblestone.
And so it shall be on train.
Yeah. Not usually the map that you have slow starts. Typically you can make fast contact, especially with pushing out onto that A site, or even just taking Pop Dog control. As the time ticks down for mousesports, they look to make their way out onto the A site. Smokes to rain over. Next playing close. A split up Ivy as well coming in from Chris J. This is going to be a three-pronged attack for mousesports as they start to make their way through. Rop's going to be leading the charge out through Pop. As soon as that smoke dissipates, they can make their way in. Flash to go through. Good blinding, but no one finds a kill. Instead, it's Stiko to open things up, but Keeve on the receiving end with the AWP going to get flanked from Chris J, so nothing more from him. Leaving just 2 on the site, but the time is ticking away, and Tabson's putting up numbers. Oscar can find nothing. And Big will shut them out of this round. 7 on the board for the CT side. Despite the three-pronged attack, actually surprising Big, and we saw Keeve lose his life on the site, not expecting the flank to come out from Chris J. It's Tabson to step up for the team. 3 kills, and he's currently going 18 and 14, above and beyond, trying to bring Big into the victory here for this map.
Speaking of going above and beyond, check out Robs' score. He had 22 kills and 6
deaths. What? Big won 7 rounds.
That is insane.
That's a ridiculous amount of death.
That is insane. It's 7-12, 23 and 6 deaths. That's like...
so rare.
That's very, very rare.
Death every 4 rounds.
That's the performance of a lifetime, really, from Robs.
Let's not look into it too much.
I mean, in terms of the KDA, that's
yeah,
really
definitely. That's a death every 4 rounds. And considering it's 12-7, it's not like it's a 16-0, you know? They are losing rounds. That's really impressive from Robs. But let's see if it continues. Sunny and Main. It's going to be Godby pushed up. We saw this area that Sunny contested a lot on the CT side with support from Chris J with that AWP. A lot of times that MP9, occasionally the M4 pushing. And this time Godby's bringing it in as well. With Keeve supporting from the AWP at the back lines as well, this is a perfect setup right now. Keeve goes to the shot, Sunny's distracted by the AWP, and he doesn't check the close corner. That's when Godby strikes, but they won't be committing to it. They throw the smoke. But the issue is, this is a fake, and with Godby pushed up, he knows it's a fake.
They can just call their forces to rotate around as much as they need to. The bomb, as you say, being rotated towards that B position, trying to gain control of those back halls to start their push through. As soon as they do, they have the flank on Ivy to come and try and catch the rotators, and it looks like they're trying to execute that right now. The push through onto the B bomb site comes in, and it's going to be the trade going in the favor of Nex, but Sunny and Rops both getting one for themselves. And look at Chris J. What a position from him, able to pick off the shot onto Keeve, and now it's just Legia and Godby on the retake. Don't think they're going to be wanting to go for this one, and they don't want to be putting their rifles at risk.
So 13 for mousesports, closer and closer to this 2-0 victory here for EPL. Legia should get away with a save. Chris J's flank has become no more as he's now moved into the A site. Neither of these players residing in there. mousesports closer to the victory. Bigger, pretty far away as well, considering all things. 7 rounds, they're probably going to have to eco this as well. I'm not sure if they can buy around these 2 guns. No. That is a dreadful amount of money. They've really got nothing, so they've got to throw in a couple of pistols alongside the guns, and yeah, first loss of the half. Oh, sorry, no, it was a reset. Sorry. So yeah, loss bonus gone is what I mean. Yeah,
so Big going to be digging into their coffers. They do manage to pick themselves. They saved themselves.
Yeah, so with it being a reset, that's why they forced, because now they've got the double eco. So obviously, yeah. I didn't see it was a reset.
Yeah, so they forced it through. They've got the CZ being popped onto Nex. And the UMP and the Scout being brought up for Godby and Legia respectively. Against the Galil, still on drops. He's been devastating, and Keeve's been willing to shut that one down for a while, and that aggressive peek on upper, that's something we haven't seen from him so far, paid off very, very nicely. So they are going to be wary of that angle, and that's going to slow them down in the future. But it's not going to slow them down now, I don't think. They are still going to go onto this B-bomb site.
Yeah, still just ready to commit. Smoke start to rain on through. Tabson not in a position to defend for too many as he's smoked off. He peeks out wide from the left side and Sunny shuts him down. So already mousesports opening up this B-bomb site. Stiko to follow up with the AK as well. An aggressive afterplants. Before the bomb's even gone down, it's Stiko to go big. 3 kills. Chris J mops up the last, and it's mousesports to find 14. And with that Big, their money has gone out the window.
They have absolutely nothing left, and look at that, they're spending it all. They are just throwing everything they can at this round. Of course, they know if they take the loss here, it's way more than likely that mousesports are just going to be able to win out this map and take the 2-0 across this these 2 best of ones. So they have to give it their all. Tabson playing up close on the B-bomb site. Godby playing up close in Pop Dog, and Sunny making sure that Keeve doesn't see the rest of this round through. A quick headshot coming out from him. Now starting to play that aggression on the back of B. looking to take upper, Tabson, and Nex. Nex has that scout in his hands, so can try and take those ranged duels.
Oh, no.
Doesn't manage to get the kill there. Rops and Chris J open it up. Nex and Tabson fall. Now it's just Legia, God B as well, with the UMP, with the CZ, and not a hope in hell, if we're honest here. It's not looking good for them at all. Bomb getting planted on the B-bomb site, and now here we go. Big with the funeral march towards the end of this round.
Yeah, and there's no way for God B to rotate up as well. Sunny was even holding the flank on the ladder, so really no options here. We know what ladder accuracy is like, and mousesports, map point and match point at that as well. So they managed to find themselves 15. You can see they're obviously very happy. Oscar's just kind of jumping around the side.
He's practicing his strafe jump.
Having a great time.
Yeah, man.
He knows they've won this round. There's no way that mousesports can lose it unless, you know, Big throw in a ninja or something, but...
Yeah, and especially with the position of the bomb, that's really difficult. Yeah. So open. Molotovs could come from absolutely anywhere. Even a nade, or just a shot to the face with an AK is just going to completely close that one down. So mousesports take map point, 15-7. They have just been completely dominant in the second half.
It's very much looking like it, and we hoped that Big would maybe be able to make this one a close one, as was Cobblestone. You know, that pissed around was a bit of a question, but mousesports just ran wild, and then on, they've really not given an opportunity for Big. We've seen one round this half, and that just got straight up reset, as we saw a couple of rounds ago. So, yeah, mousesports looking to end this one now, as they have full confidence in effect. Fast out towards main. Sunny's flash, though. Holds him back for a couple of seconds. We're going to have Rops outside of B with Stiko, and actually mousesports deciding not to go so fast. They are slowing down, and with the utility usage from the CT side, that's delaying these guys. Kiev playing close as well on the edge of the ramp. Stiko, once he gets a reload, Kiev gonna peek, but he peeks a bit too early, and Rops is already there. Stiko wasn't even on the reload just yet, so mousesports were prepared, and the man advantage already taken.
Tabson now going to be anchoring on that B-bomb site. Sunny trying to face off Legia in Pop Dog. Just trying to find it out. Sunny has started to push out on towards the A-bomb site. Could find two big players here. Looking for anything he can get, but Stiko is able to take Tabson towards the back of B halls. Sunny turns back, finds one onto Legia, and now it's the rest of the players soon to follow, surely, but Godby hasn't done quite yet. There's the drop down from Nex. Is going to distract him long enough for Godby to close that one out as well. Now Nex has the AWP, Godby has the AK. They are going to be facing off against three mousesports players, but that's the bomb rotating straight on towards the B-bomb site, and it is big to rotate back through. They are going to be looking to try their utmost to come back in here, but that's Stiko closing out one. Now it's all on Godby. Mousesports so close to edging out this victory here on week 5 of the EPL, pushing through the smoke potentially from that connector position, but he doesn't get a chance. Chris J shuts it down. Mousesports take the win, and that is going to be a brilliant performance coming out from them.
And a 2-0 coming from the team who was sitting before this before these two maps at second last place of the league, not having a great performance at all. I think they're 3-7, and now they pull it up with a great performance. So I'm very happy to see them do that. Obviously, going to be easier said than done to pull them towards the top of the board, but they had a great performance last season. I hope to see them continue that as well. And obviously, despite Big already being in the top 6 of the league, that is going to be a surprising loss for them. A close map they could have taken over on Cobblestone, and then this a complete blowout. A little more expected. We did say it was on Train. This is a map that Big aren't really too eager on, but you would have hoped for a little bit more. The scoreline really was dominant. Yeah,
just all over it completely from start to finish. Mousesports able to have a command over Train, a conductor, if you will, for this map. After coming off their win on Cobblestone, really came through strong. Maybe it was Big who was tilted. Maybe I was right. I don't know. But I feel like mousesports definitely deserved that victory. Oscar, as we just saw there, had a brilliant shot through there. Had the ace come in, even though he wasn't able to get the defuse on the end of it. It was the last round of the half. There's no reason not to go for it. He managed to land all those shots. 5 shots with the AWP is all you need, and he made it happen. But unfortunately, didn't really go so well for them over the course of it.
Well, either way, I think that was a fun matchup, and especially on Cobblestone, a really close game. So I'm excited to see that, and I'm excited to watch mousesports and Big perform in the rest of this season of EPL. But of course, that's sadly it from us tonight. So we're going to be back here tomorrow at 7 PM CEST. We've got Navi versus LDLC to kick things off, and then Nip versus LDLC to kick to finish things off. Sorry, in the evening. So that'll be 7 PM. But before we go, obviously, shout out to our sponsors, Intel especially as one of them, MDL, everyone else involved in helping us run the ESL Pro League. And again, I hope you have enjoyed listening to our casting for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow.